Yeah, it's like a little test run just to make sure that everything is all good. So we can capture, your voice properly.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Ooh, let's do it. I'm
How you
so
feel?
excited. I feel great.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk with Patrick podcast, one of the realest podcasts in the world, the land, the galaxy, and the whole entire universe. That is right. I am back. I have a special guest. This woman right here is incredible. She has a beautiful spirit, just a beautiful person in general. And she's a fitness instructor for Beautifully Savage Boxing. And what was the other place? I'm sorry.
And Grit.
Grit. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. So that place, well, she just started doing that, but she is an intriguing person, very knowledgeable, and she's in incredible shape. So how's everything going?
Oh my gosh. First off, I have to say you are so incredibly sweet. Like, I appreciate you so much.
Of course.
Thank you for having me on here. I'm so honored and so humbled, and I just think extremely highly of you. So just thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah.
And thanks for even contacting me and everything. Seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're also an incredible person as well. I want to let you know that.
Yeah.
Well, I told you that before, but
I know we're so funny. I know. Just gotta remind each other again numerous times for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But
all's good. Ultimately, life is good. All is well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired. I worked out for a while this morning. Well, for a couple of hours this morning. Then I had to go to the store and buy some more like chicken and some broccoli and eggs for protein. And then I had to come home and shower and eat before you come over.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I should have told you my grocery list. That was the same. Should have told you like double that up because that's what I needed to.
And it's so expensive today to try to eat healthy.
Oh my gosh. It is.
It's ridiculous.
It is. I know. It's tough.
So,
it's really tough.
So I want to kind of ask this though. What got you into fitness in the first place?
Yeah. So I always say I was born a mover, like literally in the womb, active, very active, came out on the move, just came into this world with like a lot of energy, which is probably not surprising. But I'm the oldest of my siblings. Like if there were any fights, anything, my parents always knew it was me. And they knew it was because I had too much energy. I just like would pick on them and stuff like that. Damn. So timeout never worked for me. My mom would be like, take a lap, go do 10 jumping jacks, like do something. Like I just had to get it out of my system kind of thing. From a young age, played soccer, like was always in sports. So movement, sports was always my outlet. And I really, really struggled in school. Like the school system just didn't match my learning style. I discovered I was dyslexic with reading and writing comprehension. So I could be one that I'd like sit and I'd study for hours and would still like bomb a test and stuff. So I came to realize I would learn best by, say, like riding on the exercise bike to get the movement out. Then I could sit and study and apply myself a little bit better. So yeah, that's a part of it. And then also when I was 12, my dad and I took our first group fitness class together and I loved it. I look back and that was like a very pivotal moment in my life of just like, I want to pursue this. But, like as we age and then, a lot of chatter from other people and stuff of like, what they believe a career is. Like you should, go down XYZ route, which I went into healthcare. So I'm a diagnostic medical sonographer or ultrasound technician, which I do truly enjoy and love. And I love the balance of serving in healthcare and now to serve in the fitness world. And I feel like I put fitness on pause for the longest time. A lot of it was due to limited beliefs, right? Of just like, I'm not good enough. It's already been done. Like, what can I have nothing to add value to in this. And then just through life experiences. And I think just like that pull, right? That whisper from your heart of just like, this is what you should be doing and pursuing. Just going for it. And honestly, Joe Buckner, who's the owner of Beautifully Savage, I just genuinely appreciate in so many ways, but he is just adamant. Like if you have heart, like I can teach you how to lead, boxing and strength and conditioning. I was like, okay, let's give it a whirl.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So speaking of dyslexic, I can't even talk right
now. No, I know.
I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it, but it's okay. Okay, so when you was going through that as a child, how did it make you feel? Like, did it make you feel like you was not smart? When,
Oh, yes, that
yeah.
was definitely the limited belief that was always on repeat, like not smart enough, and that went down the whole rabbit hole of like not good enough, not worthy, all these things I didn't realize, and this was at a very young age that this came up. But I think it was in fourth grade, like I got tested and we figured out the why behind it. But even like there'd be times I get pulled out of class, right, to go work with a tutor, and like kids speak and they say things, and there's like, where are you going, and like, why do you go off with a tutor? And so again, it just like amplified this core belief of like, I'm not smart enough, like no matter what I do, I'm not good enough. And I think that held me back for a lot longer than what I realized. And it still comes up, like it's still an intrusive thought or a limiting belief. Um, but now I have more of the voice of like self empowerment, right? Of like I'll hear that, I'll sit with it, I'll acknowledge it, but then I, back it up with a positive affirmation or just kind of flip the script, if
Yeah.
you will. Yeah.
Well, you do a very good job. Like, I can't even tell. Seriously, I could not tell because you have so much confidence and you have so much empowerment that run through your veins. At least from what I see.
And again, through life experience, because I wasn't always this way. So it's really neat to see, like how we evolve, how we elevate, how we grow and get better.
And how people see you.
And how people see you. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I think when you're firm in the foundation of you, like other people gravitate towards you, other people look to you for inspiration. And that kind of hit me recently with leading in the fitness world, but then also in ultrasound and also just being in a small town. Like there's a lot of people that begin to know you. And so, and people talk regardless and stuff, but it's just like, what is your character? Like, how do you want to lead? And one of my things, I have this on my Instagram, but it's like, be fiercely kind and lead with love. And that's like one of my goals. And that's like who I want to be. And that's honestly like the legacy I want to leave behind.
That's
Sorry, I like really
nah.
went deep there.
That's philosophical. I like that. That's pretty deep. Seriously. Wow. That's pretty profound, if you ask me. Wow. So, okay, with that said, with the ultrasound thing, because you brought it up, do you even plan on doing it eventually again, or?
So I work
Oh,
full time
okay, okay.
ultrasound. Yeah. So I'm
Right.
still in it. Um, Oh, I hope my coworkers don't listen to this.
Oh,
Well, I'm just gonna put it out there.
all right.
Long term goal. No, I'm just kidding. Long term goal. Man, perfect world. If I could pursue fitness full time, absolutely. But sometimes I take a step back and I kind of love. Again, it brings me so much purpose and service to be in healthcare and see like the raw and real of humanity, and then also to teach in fitness. Like earlier I had this thought came to mind. I was like, oh my gosh, I literally see inside of people and I also see the outside of people with both of these careers that I'm on. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, that is cool. So it really impact you in a positive way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
I guess it's kind of like my job. Like with me dealing with elderly people and disabled people, it really puts things in perspective as far as like health and maintaining good health and even having a good mindset. Because these people I deal with, some of them paralyzed and have all kind of like kidney failure and things that's going on, and they have to have a positive mind, which can be pretty challenging. I'm sure it has to be. I can only imagine if I'm in that predicament. Jeez, nah, but that's incredible. So, what is your ultimate goal when it comes to fitness? Like, are you trying to get on stage one day? You trying to develop more muscle? You just want to be healthy, and just look good.
Ooh, maybe all the above. Can I say
All
all
the
the
above.
above
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, I think, again, I'm very much like growth mindset and always wanting to practice what I preach. So if I want to teach and lead in fitness, I want to be an example of that, right? So being in good health, and that's under the category of like mentally, physically, honestly, spiritually too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a big thing as well. I've come to reflect and realize is, you know, healthcare and fitness, it's excellent in the exterior work or like work on the physical body, but I hope now going forward can we polish up more of the mental and the spiritual.
Right. That's the kind of kick I'm on as well. I try to at least. I mean, I notice how good I feel once I get done lifting and hitting the bags. Because I might have a stressful day, but once I'm in there, well, before I come, I don't even want to come sometimes. I don't.
Yeah.
But once I step inside that gym, I'll say, you
Uh-huh.
know what? I'm here now. I can't turn back.
Right.
And once I pick that weight up, I'm good.
Yeah, those mornings when the alarm goes off at like 4:30 a.m. and
Yeah.
I'm like, no, not today. I remind myself these are the test days, and honestly, I'll step into the gym and you're still not feeling it, but sometimes those are honestly my best workouts. Like you just push through it, you just get through it. You're like, damn, that was really good.
Yeah.
So sometimes you could surprise yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I know for me, so I like to work out in the morning before I go to work. It puts me in the best headspace. I mean, you get those feel good, hormones going through your body and just, you're just naturally like happier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just puts me in the best headspace for myself, my team, and my patients going into the workday. And it's just like, check, the workout's done. Sweet.
Right.
I love that feeling.
That's incredible. I came to one of your classes before and I thought it was incredible. So I'm looking forward to coming to another session with you. And we also got to do some bag work together too.
I know. We do. We are overdue for that for sure.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to fitness, do you have a big support system as far as like family and friends and work friends?
Yeah,
coworkers?
I would say so. Yeah, I think that's what I love about Fort Collins. There's a lot of people that are just, I think, genuinely great and just like very supportive and encouraging. That was kind of why I took like the leap and went for it. At Beautifully Savage was just, first started off as a member there and just the support because behind the scenes was really going through it in life. But man, showing up there and just like the high fives, the fist bumps, the support, the care, the hugs, and people didn't even realize that. And it was just cool to be a part of like, wow, like this goes a really long way, more than what people realize. So, and I'm a big pay it forward kind of person. So that was also the why behind it. Joe needed more coaches. I saw like his stories, like he was coaching all the time. So I reached out and I was like, do you need help? And he's like, yeah, I do. And I was like, I could coach, and I send that message. I'm like, I'm going to throw up. I tell people that all the time. And he's like, really? He's like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, all right, here we go. And it wasn't as terrifying as I thought to step into that role because I knew that community of people. I felt so safe, secure, supported. And I guess I wasn't afraid of failure because I knew I'd fail forward and I'd just be so supported by this community.
So how was your first class teaching? How was that?
It was good. Yeah. Like it felt right. I mean, a little bit of nervousness, but more so like excitement. Yeah. And even recently I taught my first VersaClimb class with Grit. And it was the same thing. It was just more so like the jitters was just like of hype and excitement more than nervousness. Yeah. So it's just cool to see, I guess, like my own evolution of growth and self-confidence and just, I guess, stepping into like what I'm meant to do.
Yeah. Well, you're a natural at it, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks absolutely. For coming. That was so fun having you. You gotta come back again.
I'm coming next Saturday. Well, yeah, next Saturday.
Yes, for
Saturday morning, right? At 8:00 or
9:30.
9:30.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. I'll be there.
Awesome.
For sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked to have you there.
So I was gonna ask you this. So when you're as a coach, do you come up with your own like training sessions, or they have it pre-made for you?
So we, as of right now, we do 6 rounds of boxing, 2 minutes on, 30-second rest. And then we have a 15-minute strength and conditioning workout, but we are piloting and changing our platform here to become more of a semi-private training gym. So we're going to have every other day be boxing conditioning. And so I think that'll be 3 days. And then 2 days, we're going to do more strength with dumbbells, kettlebells, things like that. So really help elevate and bring members to reaching their goals. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot in store to come at both studios, which I'm excited about. And I know Beautifully Savage, we're going to launch our transformation challenge. We did this last year and it was just, it was just incredible to witness. And it was so much beyond, again, the physical appearance. Like, yes, that's a part of it, but there were members that we saw and we're like, look at them shine. Like their energy shifted, which was so cool. And this is open to the community. And I think we're going to run that mid-January. It'll be a 10-week program. I should know this better. We literally had a meeting this morning and talked about this.
Okay.
But because I try to be mindful, you talk about a challenge, everyone goes to weight loss, and sometimes people can go to such an extreme with that.
Right.
And I'm such a big advocate of, honor your body, honor yourself. You got to fuel yourself, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And I didn't realize that till I stepped in into more of working out at the gym and lifting weights of like, oh my gosh, I want to build muscle. I gotta, be lifting weights. And yes, I just get so frustrated. The number on the scale doesn't do it justice, because muscle weighs more than fat,
Absolutely does, yeah.
And I think for the longest time, man, I was just I'm going back to now, like being more so like in high school and college, like cardio. But then I'm like, why am I not building muscle?
Right. Yeah.
Or actually, this is going to date me a little bit here, but I would do like workout DVDs and stuff. I loved it. That was a big thing that just like set my heart and soul on fire. I was like, one day this is going to be me.
Yeah.
I really love this.
Well, I mean, you're doing it now.
I know. And here we are.
Yeah.
That's what sometimes I have to pause and be like, oh man, like, remember this was something like you so deeply like prayed for, manifest, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, oh shoot. I think sometimes we get so focused on the destination, we forget the whole journey. It's like we got to learn how to, celebrate and appreciate both, for sure.
I mean, we also forget how far we came.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's the biggest thing I forget sometimes too. And I look back and say, you know what? I progressed a lot.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely.
Even when it comes to my health, like my back health, like I progressed a lot. Because last summer, I couldn't even walk that well at all. I was pretty much debilitated for real. It was bad. And I look at myself, I made significant progress. I can run, I can jump.
Yeah.
I can do burpees, even I hate doing that, but I can do it.
Oh, you and me both. I know. Yeah. I'm trying to learn to love burpees.
Well, I told you we gotta do like the 1-2, 1-2 in the bag, and the burpees. And
I will. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Next workout.
I shouldn't even say anything. Oh, jeez. I should have just out of sight, out of mind. My bad.
No, you're done.
Jeez. So, what's the demographics like at your gym? Is it like women, like older women, younger women, or is it mixed or what?
I would say it's pretty mixed. And we have a few members who bring their kiddos, which I love because it just reminds me of like how my dad and I would work out together in group fitness. And so I appreciate that too, because you see people at different stages of their journey. And like I did a class this morning there. And it was just really cool because someone looked to someone else. We were doing snatches with the dumbbell or kettlebell. Mm-hmm. And she's like, man, I like in my dreams, I see myself, doing that weight. Once we got done with that series, like the other member came over to her and she's just like, you're going to get there too. It's just those moments that I just cherish and I just love. And that's what I love most about group fitness. And I hope in the future we don't go away with it because we need community. I think now more than ever, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's important to build like rapport with your clients as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It makes them, more comfortable and, just create that family type atmosphere, I think.
Yes. Yeah. I would definitely say members there have become, I always use the term found family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's neat seeing what some people are doing behind the scenes. Like I've got one of the other coaches there, like she just started her podcast. It's really incredible. Yes. And we got a member who just released her memoir. So I just love getting to connect, those moments and just hearing, outside of the space, what all are you doing or how can I support you, things like that. And just checking in on people and stuff. Oh, I just love it.
So with that said, are you going to do a podcast one day or a memoir yourself?
I want to.
You should.
I really, really want to.
You should.
One day. Not? I know. Why not? Exactly.
What is both of them or just the podcast and the memoir? Like,
I think more so a podcast.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you ever need help, just let me know and I can like show you what you need to buy and how to set it up. Absolutely. That's if you want to. You just let me know.
Oh my gosh, you're an exceptional mentor for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't
as long as I can stay on track. Like, thank goodness you're asking questions here to keep the blinders on, keep me on track here.
No, it's good. It's really good because like it's just important to see the humility in people. Just because you got a title, it doesn't make you any less human. You know what I mean?
Right. I think that's what I always want people to know. Like, because sometimes I get in my head of like, oh gosh, like, teaching in fitness, but I just want people to know like I'm an equal. Like I started out too of like 5-pound weights were heavy. You know what I mean? Like we all have to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
And I think I can like tap back into that and remember like how hard it was. So I really try to be a motivational coach, instructor, whatever you want to call it. And just remind people like, I'm so proud of you for showing up. Like that in and of itself is a win.
Mm-hmm.
And also too, with it being December, I've kind of been theming on like, be so proud of how far you've come, like carry that momentum, but there's still so much time for so much more. Like, let's keep growing. Let's keep getting better. Even if it's 1%, right?
Yeah.
That's still, a forward direction. It's a great place to be.
So where did this mindset come from? It just from experience or people you talk to or what, or something you saw on YouTube?
I think I will be honest. I think I was very fortunate to be born with a more positive outlook. Like I feel like I look at the glasses like at least 75% full. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then through life experiences, I guess I know I keep using this term, but I don't want to get into it too much. But like relationships, right? That can kind of shape and change us in various ways. And there was one that just was incredibly challenging and very toxic. And so it was a time in my life where I was no longer me. Like I became pretty dim, pretty dull, defeated, depleted. And people in my inner circle or around me could definitely tell like I was different and I wasn't me. And through all that, and then realizing it was due to this person and being in this relationship and coming to terms with I have to let this go because I'm no longer me. And therefore, like, I'm doing a disservice to myself and to the world, right? And so once I got rid of that and like came up from rock bottom.
Yeah.
I know. I knew it was coming soon. I was like, there's gonna be a blooper here.
It's okay. I messed up too, so okay, it's fine.
I know. We're human. It happens.
Human. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, can't be perfect all the time.
We gotta embrace it. I do it all the time with teaching. I just roll with it. People are like, you do such a good job with that. I'm like, it's a day-to-day life with me, honestly. Oh, me. But yeah, like hitting my own rock bottom and realizing, okay, the only way out, the only way we find the light again is through like climbing back up again. And through that, man, I don't know, just doing some deep soul searching and reflection and reading memoirs. And, I'm big with like words and positive affirmations and things like that. Honestly, TikTok helped me to heal too, but again, you plug in the algorithm and like, so mine was like about self-healing and like bettering myself and everything. So of course, all these like TikToks came up and they were excellent. And they help so much. And yeah, I think just help move the needle to me, like stepping into this season now of like empowerment, of growth, of self-confidence, and just wanting to help people to get to this point too. And I mean, there's still much work in progress in this for myself, but I don't know, like the switch flipped and I was like, I'm not going back to old ways.
Yeah. Sorry, you're doing very well. I mean, just like meeting you and being around you plenty of times, like your energy is infectious, is very motivational. I think, at least to me, it is.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I feel the same way about you. I always enjoy truly our conversations, and it's just awesome because like even today, I know I'll step away from this and this will just fuel me for the week. You'll put the wind in my sails.
Oh, that's amazing.
Awesome.
Okay.
So good. I love it. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming through. Seriously. I really appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. I mean, my thing is like, I just want to help people, like get their message out there and just share, like it's like bring the humility into people as well. You know what I mean? Cause like I notice like a lot of people are suffering right now. A lot of people are hurting. I see it on social media. The things that people post, I'm just like, oh my God, it's just so much like negative and toxic stuff that's going on right now. So it's like, why not like try to bring some kind of light in the world if we can?
Yeah, absolutely. Like lend assistance wherever we can. Yeah. And I think you do an exceptional job of that, just in who you are, and how you show up day to day. And you have just such a loving and caring heart and like the energy. It's always there.
I appreciate that. I try. Like not every day is like that.
No, I know. Yeah. We are human, right? We have those days. It's like, oh God.
I know, like I said, here we go. Yeah, exactly. But for the most part, once I get myself going, I try to change my mindset at that point, and I try to do the positive affirmations. I don't always do that either. I need to start back doing that a lot more. like watching those videos and even going to sleep with those things. Cause like
Yeah.
I watch like people like Joe Dispenza sometimes. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's really good at those things as well, just to, just for mindset and be positive and, accountability and growth and all these different things that I'm trying to pursue a lot more. Like I do it, but I want to like, be better with it. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll tell you about this. Back when my coach gave me this journal, you can get it on Amazon. It's called the 6-Minute Journal.
6-minute journal.
Yes.
Amazon.
So how it breaks down is you take 3 minutes out of your morning, you write down 3 things you're grateful for, a positive affirmation, and how you'll make the day great. Then you come back in the evening, you write 3 great things that happened in the day, how you'll improve tomorrow, and a good deed that you did. And I love, my coach said to me, because when you're naturally someone who just gives and cares and takes care of other people, notice it can be a good deed that you do for yourself as well. And so I did that for the longest time, and I love it. Like, you go through your day just so much more grateful, mindful, intentional. Um, and again, just being someone who always appreciates feedback and like growing and getting better. I love the question of how can I improve tomorrow? It's just a good like moment to pause and be like, okay. And it just gets you to reflect on the day. And I'll think of like conversations I had with patients that I met who just like moved me and really like touched my heart. And yeah, it's just incredible. And I took a long pause with it. And then lately, I think it's just this month, like wrapping things up, life in general, it's just been like so crazy, busy, chaotic. And I'm like, oh, I feel so like uprooted and just unhinged in a way. And so I came back to that journal, and already like doing it this week, I feel like it's grounded myself so much.
Really?
And it just helps me show up better. So yeah, I challenge you to do that. I think you'd really like it.
Really? So you do this every day?
Yes.
Really? 7 days a
Yeah.
week?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to do that.
I
got to try it.
shift the way you go about your life.
Really?
It will.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
And I love it too, because there was even a time like I had a friend who was really going through it, and I like went through and I screenshot things, and I was like, I literally put you at the top of my gratitude list. Like, keep going. I think we need that reminder. That's why I write like my letters and stuff to people too, is just, sorry, I'm about to go on a little tangent.
No,
here.
go ahead, please.
But no, like a big why behind writing those is just, one, we never know when our number is going to be pulled, right?
Yeah.
I just want people to know how much I love and care about them. Sorry, this comes from like the medical background. I'm always kind of like thinking about death, not in like it's not supposed to be in a negative way.
It's not morbid.
It's just, yeah, morbid. Thank
right.
you. I was like, what's that word again? But also too, just like when we're going through it and like, because life is hard and it knocks us down. And I always use Glennon Doyle's term "brutal," because I think that sums it up so well. Like, life has its brutal seasons, but it also has its beautiful seasons, right? And just sitting with it and knowing it's going to pass. But I love leaving these letters to people because you can reflect on this at any point in time. And like, I hope people just see the value in what they bring to the world and like what I see within them.
That's deep. Wow. That's real profound what you just said. Amazing. Nah, I gotta get on that path now. I gotta start doing that. You gave me some good ideas. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that would help out a lot for sure. Because some days I have my moments where I'm real depressed for real.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah.
And we all do. And I want to acknowledge that. Like, I do within myself as well. And that's what sometimes I just have to pause and, just look at even like the smallest of wins, like throughout the day, just to like try to help pull myself out of it. And there's some days I can't, I'm just like, okay, this is going to be a day today.
Yeah.
We're just going to honor it.
You got to feel it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a huge part of it.
But the thing about it is like, you don't want to get stuck in that mode for long either.
Yes. And I feel like you and I both have pretty good self-awareness. And that's what, like, I realized I was like, I got to get back on this journaling because I know how much this helped me out, because I could start to tell, I was like, if I don't start to change something, I don't like the patterns I'm going to start creating here.
Well, that's amazing that you even noticed that.
My coach is always like, Kendra, you have a lot of self-awareness. I was like, yes, but I don't always do all the things I need to be doing.
I know. I got to work on that myself. Oh, God. Wow. You gave me some real good ideas. Like, seriously. Wow. That's amazing. So, do your mother do things like that, or your siblings do things like that as well, or are they total opposite from you?
Um, Total opposite. I love my mom.
Okay.
Bless her. Bless her. She's a very negative lens,
Oh,
negative mindset. And so it's just interesting because I can pick up on those people like lickety split quick, and I'm just like, man, I just like deflect that, because I don't want to carry that energy,
no
right? Like there's so much with crossing paths with people,
energy.
patients, whatever. Yes, so many energy crosses. It's just like, how do I want to show up? And I think I'm extremely mindful of that because in healthcare, right? Like they're looking to me as I am scanning them and they're very anxious. But if I can be a calm, welcoming energy, it all just shifts. And so many times patients will be like, man, like, thank you. I feel so much better. I feel safe. Like, I don't feel so anxious. You made me feel very comfortable. And like, that's like the best compliment
That is
ever,
amazing. Yeah.
Sorry, I went off on a tangent
Oh
there.
no, you good.
But my younger sister, Heather, she's just absolutely brilliant. She's my voice of wisdom and reason. And she is just so wise beyond her years. And it's so nice to have her to constantly lean on and just be my person through and through.
So
So
she's like
she's
your
taught
best
me a lot
friend.
of this. Yeah, she's definitely my best friend.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
So I meant to ask this earlier though. So where did you move from? Because I know you're not from Colorado.
Yes, I am from Medina, Ohio.
Okay.
And I moved out here, gosh, this month marks 7.5 years ago.
7.5 years. Wow.
Yeah. And that's how long I've been doing ultrasound as well.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
So what even got you to ultrasound in the first place? Like what made you pursue that career path?
Yeah, so I knew I wanted to go into medicine. I wasn't quite sure what. Um, my with my learning style, I guess I know what strengths I pull to. Like to go down the route of becoming a doctor is just not meant for me. I mean, it's so intense and so much book work, and that's just not where I thrive best, I guess, if you will. And so job shadowed occupational therapy, physical therapy, and then along the way discovered ultrasound was the perfect happy medium with being such a visual learner. I was like, this is so cool. Like I'm pretty much a photographer for inside the body,
Mm.
you know?
Mm.
And it's very user dependent. There's so much that falls on us. Like we are the eyes for the doctors, right? Which at first, when I graduated from school, I was freaked out about it. I was like, I'm not ready. I want more time. Can I stay in
Yeah.
school longer? And they're like, no, be gone. Like,
Yeah.
Flight, you're ready to take flight. You got this. I'm like, okay. But another why, so along the way, so I was in the ultrasound program, and then my grandpa, who was definitely my person. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, when from a young age, like he and I could just be sitting next to each other like this. And like sometimes we even talk that much, but again, like just an energy exchange that we have. We just like understood each other.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Absolutely. And so I was in the program, and then he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. As of right now, it's still one that's terminal. So that was so hard to sit with because that was the first family member that I lost, and so it was hard to navigate that. But it all started with ultrasound, actually, and ultrasound's not the best imaging modality for the pancreas. CAT scan is, but this ultrasound tech caught something on the ultrasound. They referred him to CAT scan to diagnose that, yes, it is pancreatic cancer.
Jesus.
And I don't know, there are some miracles, like the way the world works sometimes is absolutely just incredible. And I mean, he checked every box. Like he was a smoker, overweight, sedentary lifestyle, um, just all the things, right? So we didn't know how long we would get. They did do the Whipple procedure, so they removed some of it. Everything's just buying time, right? But through that, we were all able to have 2 more years with him, which was absolutely incredible. And man, during that time, like I look back now, we had such hard conversations, like my grandparents and I, because like selfishly so, I wanted him to stay, of course, because I want him to see me, graduate from school, hit all the milestones, right?
For sure.
Get married, start a family, all that stuff. But I'll never forget my grandparents said, you're looking at this through the eyes of being 19. Like we're in our 70s. We've lived a really beautiful life. Like our kids are doing great. We've met all of our grandkids. like we lived a great life.
That's amazing.
And even though that just like gutted me, I was like, okay, like I can't see this the way that you guys do because I'm at a different point in my journey, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So again, sorry, long-winded there, but the why to that is I'll never meet that ultrasound tech, but like how she helped him and helped all of us. Again, I just want to pay it forward to help others, you know, potentially catch something by ultrasound that could change the course. You know, maybe it's a surgery to remove a cancer. Maybe we can, you know, find a cure to something or prolong life, you know. So it's just cool. Again, I have a mindset like I just always want to pay it forward. So it's neat that I get to in healthcare and in fitness.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So your grandfather passed, what, 7 years ago?
Let's see here. He passed.
Or was it 5?
It was 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did it
Yeah.
impact you since he passed on?
Man, I can tell he's there in spirit. You know, it was hard at first, but you know, with that one too, you see them start to change. There was a point in time like he didn't want us to see him, and like, you know, we respected that.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Doing it.
because
Yeah.
yeah, things just can take a turn pretty quickly. Um, I think the whole process was harder for me, but I am grateful for that time to have grieved at different points throughout those 2 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's still times that like, man, I really miss him. But one of the things like we would talk about, he would always remind me, he's like, you got to let people know like what you see in them and like how much they mean to you. And that's another thing, like I really try to pay that forward and live that out. And that's why I send a lot of times the voice memos, write the cards. You know, I just want people to know because life is hard
It
and
is.
we're all doing the best we can.
Well, he impacted you very well.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, one of our times, goodness, you know, he was losing his hair, so he shaved his head. And, you know, I didn't think that would be a big deal, but it did. It was so overwhelming to me. And I remember my grandma would always tell me, like, Kendra, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there because there was just so much anxiety I had of like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And, you know, I even remind that to my patients and myself at different times in life. It's just like, we can't get too far ahead with anything, right? Like all we have is this moment, you know. Again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there and everything. And I just remember one time it was just him and he asked me, he's like, "What's one of your best qualities?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, I guess I get along well with like pretty much everybody. And he's like, "You do, like you were born with like such a good soul." And I was like, "I'll be right back." As I go and I like cry and I like, you know, pray. I use like God, universe, like
Yeah. Yeah.
source energy interchangeably and stuff. But, you know, like I'm praying and praying. I'm like, please don't take him because I don't know how I can get through, you know, this life without him. And, but I feel like he's still there, you know, and I feel like guiding me. Sometimes I'm sure he's just like, oh my gosh, this girl, you know, he's trying to guide me along the way.
Well, it's those lessons he taught you while he was here that you still remember as well.
Yes, absolutely.
That's your compass.
Yeah.
I try to do the same thing with my mom. Like she's been gone for a few years now, and I try to, you know, think about the things she taught me and the things that you know, the things I hear her talk about, even if she's not talking to me about, listen to what she's saying, and I try to apply those things and just, you know, just move forward as much as I can. It's hard.
Yeah.
It definitely get, especially during the holidays, it get really hard. But you know, you gotta put your front foot forward and keep moving.
Right.
That's all you can do, and you know, try to honor those people, like honor your grandfather. I honor my loved ones as well, and try to do the right thing. And like I said, what you're doing is a great thing. Like you helping people get healthier. You giving people confidence. You making people feel wanted. You making people feel like they here, like they're alive. Like you see them. Because a lot of times we walk around this earth and people don't really recognize us. Like we invisible.
Goodness, I even noticed that like going to the grocery store earlier, like everyone's got like their head down. I'm like, man, it's not like people don't even look up to like smile or say hi or anything.
No, they don't. Not really. I mean, some people smile at me sometimes, but for the most part, people don't really say too much either.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. It's like people just kind of, I don't know, standoffish or whatnot. I don't know, but it just, do you think social media helps that?
You know, I am big on it's how you use social media, because I've had some great things come through it. I mean, that's how we met, which is
Right.
so
It
awesome.
is.
And that's why I just check myself,
And
and I'm
Kelly.
mindful. Yes, and Kelly, yeah. And I'm just mindful of like what I put out there. It's usually like a quote or positive affirmation or something that resonates with me, that I'm like, maybe this can help someone else. And I've had people tell me, actually my coach, this was like one of the best compliments. She's like what you put on your stories aligns with who you are. And I was like, oh, it's just nice to hear that, because sometimes you're just like, I'm trying to, again, practice what I preach, but also knowing I'm human. I make mistakes. I have all these flaws as well. Um, I don't know. It's how you go about social media. I think it's more negative than it is positive anymore.
I know. I mean, it's just even like having a different opinion of certain things. It's like
Yeah.
people hate you just for having a different opinion. And then sometimes I see like people say some mean things a lot of times. They just
Hmm.
because they're behind a computer or
I
behind a
was
phone.
just about to, say
Yeah,
that point too. It's like, would they actually say that in real life, or is it just because, yeah,
more likely
exactly.
no. But
Yeah.
it's just sad because it really makes people, like I said, depressed.
Yeah.
They don't know how to function, know how to have like conversation with people in person. They just socially awkward. It's just it's weird. And you got a lot of people that fake it on there as well. Like they post these pictures, it's not their real life.
Hmm.
Like behind the scenes, cause I'm not gonna say any names, but some people had, hit me behind the scenes and they got a lot going on, but you can't even tell. You cannot
Right.
tell if you see their profile, you would think everything is all good, but
Yeah.
it's so much turmoil with some people. So I'm just like, I think people need to take a break from social media sometimes and just like really enjoy the world. Like, go outside, get some fresh air, look at the birds, go hiking, swimming, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
Go on a
absolutely.
drive. Well, gas is expensive right now, but when gas go a little lower, drive around a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I
Just
totally
clear your
agree.
head.
Uh-huh.
Listen to music or don't listen to music. Just drive and just let the window down. Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of cold right now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love one of the first things you say is step outside, because I think that's one of our best resets. Like, just to get outside or to be in nature. There's so many benefits
Oh
of that
my
for
God, it
sure.
is. Yes.
Because sometimes I feel like when we're, inside or in a building with work or on our phone, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm in my head so much more, and it's so
Oh
amplified,
my
and I'm
God, yeah.
like, whoa.
Facts. Right.
And then the monkey mind's going crazy, jumping from branch to branch to branch. It's like, oh, there's a banana there. It's
It
just like the whole deal. So I
is.
step outside or in nature, it's like, oh, like I can just simply be for a moment. How nice,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, I was out one time and I saw like this couple sitting down and both of them was on their phone like the whole time. I'm just like, what was the point of even going out? You
Yeah.
could do that at home,
Right.
seriously.
Yeah.
But they out, paying all this money for food, and I'm just like, geez, like I wasn't trying to be nosy, but I'm just looking. I'm like, Jesus. I said, what, really?
Oh,
Yeah, I'd be a little upset about that. And me personally, I'm like, I
yeah.
pay all this money, and you're gonna be on the phone entertaining other people. Jeez, but yeah, that's just the way of the world, I guess.
I know. I'm so bummed. I'm like, when do we become so individualistic? Like, we do so much better together with communities, with other people, and we feel better too,
Right.
you know?
I think the COVID thing kind of helped too. We know with the
Yeah.
pandemic, when everything shut down,
Uh
we
huh.
was in our house for a long time. I think that definitely helped. And of course, you got so many people on social media who are not licensed professionals, and they're telling people how to conduct their life. It's like I said, why you listen to these people? Why are you taking all this information from all these crazy people?
Right.
They getting paid off this stuff. That's the thing. They get paid off that. So yeah, I think it's like a lot of those things, and like I said, the pandemic and people are very, very depressed, super depressed,
Yes.
and they don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Like me, I'm honest. I said, yeah, sometimes I do be depressed, not all the time, but I do have my depressing moments. How can I not?
Mm-hmm.
Especially how life has been for me. How can I not have depression? I do.
Right.
I just put my game face on. I keep moving
Mm-hmm.
because I don't make excuses.
Right. No, you don't.
I can't. When I was
Yeah,
younger, I
no.
would, but now it's like, what, for what? It's not getting me anywhere. Like I cannot progress forward if I make excuses. I gotta, put my pants on, my big boy pants, and keep moving. That's it. I
Right.
gotta go. Like I don't know how long I'll be on this earth, but while I'm here, I'm going to try to make it happen,
Absolutely.
just like you are.
Yeah, yeah. And you're an excellent role model example of that for
I
sure. Like,
appreciate it.
you constantly, are getting after it, and you're always seeking, like, and asking yourself, how can I be better?
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, like I said, you do the same thing. I think both of us inspire each other.
Yeah. Oh,
To be honest.
absolutely. That's why I'll like send you the voice memos and stuff because I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I think there's times where, yeah, I mean, we are human. Like you feel lonely, depressed, whatever. And
Oh
I
yeah.
just know like I'm not alone because I know I have you as such a dear friend, confidant, like someone to lean on, someone in my corner. So thank you. Like you've helped me out immensely. You're like one of the best parts of this year is
I
meeting you.
appreciate it.
So thank you. You've
Yeah.
like really shifted, shaped, like polished and changed my life all for the good. So you are such a blessing and I hope you know that.
Well, likewise, I feel the same way about you as well. Like you definitely opened my eyes up a lot more as well, and just having like real, genuine conversations with no judgment. I think that's like very important.
Yes, I think that's what I appreciate so much about you is like I can just freely speak from the heart and I know there's no judgment.
No,
I can literally ask you anything.
yeah, you
And you
can.
can ask me anything
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome. I
yeah.
love it. I know we both have said this about each other, but truly like you are such a rarity. And it's just nice. Like you're just now one of my people and it's just like I know I can count on you no matter what. And that's
I
huge.
appreciate that,
It's
and
huge to find.
likewise,
Yeah.
likewise. It's such a. I mean, not many people have that. You know what I mean? Like it's so many.
Yes.
It just a weird society.
It
I don't know if
is.
it's gonna get better. I don't know. It's really hard to even pinpoint, to be honest.
And that's why I reach out to you because, like, when I'm having the tough times, I'm just like, all right, come on, Patrick, like, we can do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah.
you don't have to have many, but if you can have a few, like, really good ones. And I realize, like, what a gift, what a blessing, truly, because, yeah, not everyone has that. And, we just go through hard moments and hard seasons. And past me would just shut down, isolate, and not reach out for help. Um, I say past me, but it's still like here a little bit,
Yeah.
actively working on it. But just know, like sometimes when I, just freely speak and send you like the voicemails, text, whatever, it just means so much. So thank you,
Oh,
just
no
for always
problem.
being there.
Absolutely. I mean, thank you. I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to even, share that stuff. So that's pretty cool to me. And
Yeah,
likewise, like I'm the same way. Like I don't share everybody everything about me either, but if I really feel that, that connection, I'm like, cool. And like I've been through a lot and I'm still going through things as well. And I just try to navigate the best way I can. That's all we
yeah,
can do. Because I'm
exactly.
not perfect at all. I'm not trying to be perfect. I just want to be, be a better man, be a better person in society.
Mm-hmm.
Try to contribute as best as I can.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's all about. Because I think like whenever I die or whenever that happens, I want people to speak my name in a positive light. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? When they see my pictures, I don't want nobody crying. Like I want to be like, man, the dude right there, he did his thing. Blah blah blah. That's what I want.
Yeah,
And that's why I do this podcast because this is like this is my legacy.
yeah, absolutely. I was just about to bring that term up,
Yeah.
legacy. But just know you are an individual. Like you receive many behind the back compliments, so people see you and they value
Oh,
you.
you do too. Oh yeah, trust me, you do. Absolutely, facts, facts.
Uh,
Like, see, you very like such a genuine soul. Seriously, very genuine. Just just down to earth.
I try to be.
You're not
I
stuck
try
up
to
at
be.
all.
Yeah.
I mean, some people I met, they very stuck up.
Right.
You speak, they like. I was like, God damn. I
Sheesh.
said, that's what's up. But nah, you super like just chill down to earth. You very knowledgeable. I would say you're very open as well as far as like learning different things as well, which is a great attribute to have as a human being.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. I really try to be. I try to be. I always. I think that's why too I took the dive into fitness because I love being a beginner and being a student and just like learning and growing and like never stop growing, right?
Yeah,
Like in all the ways.
absolutely.
In all the ways,
Well, you
like
doing it.
while we're here.
I see the growth in you in the past few months.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean,
Oh,
you look more radiant for sure, and but also like your mindset, like you just appear to be stronger to me,
oh,
and the
thank you.
opportunities that you're taking, like what you're doing right now with the grit. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
I first met you, you wasn't doing it. You was doing the boxing stuff, but
Uh-huh.
now you're doing the grit. So that's a
Yeah.
growth that you're doing. That's great. That's pretty awesome. I think.
Oh my gosh, thank
Yeah.
you. Well, thank you for like the endless support. Because there's times I'm like, what am I doing? And then
No, you
you're
got it.
right there. You're just like, you got it. I can't wait to watch you take it to the next level. I'm like, man, thank you. Because I feel like I do that a lot for others. So to have you do that for me, like it's just so huge. So truly, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh no worries. You very welcome.
Yeah.
Seriously, very welcome. I'm just looking forward to trying this class because I
Yes.
want to have the experience to see what it is, see how it's like.
Yeah. I
I
know.
think it'd be incredible.
You saw a boxing coach, Kendra. You're now about to see Versa climb, Kendra.
That is a Versa climb. So how explain this Versa climb?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
I'm like a huge this is like I'm such a huge I have such a huge enthusiasm for this.
I could tell. I could see.
Yeah,
That's incredible. That makes me more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because if you were nervous, I'm like, I said, oh fuck. I said,
yeah, right.
You know. But the fact you are excited and you're enthused about it, I'm like, cool. I'm excited too. I'm open.
I know. So, I gotta shout out my girl Stina.
Stina, what's up?
Stina is my best friend through and through, and she was the one who was just like, "You should come do climb training." I was like, "I don't know if I should do it." So I almost didn't even do this training to become an instructor.
Why?
I was in my head. I was definitely in my head. I was just like, I don't have what it takes to do this. I know. I know.
Say it. Say it. You know you got what it takes now. Come on, Ken.
I know.
You got this now.
Yes.
But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're totally good. So yeah, Versa climb. So you think of like when we were babies and like how we crawl, or even like it's not actually. I keep confusing people because when I say climb, they think like we're rock climbing. I was like, no, not quite.
That's what I thought.
But it like mimics that in a way. But it's this machine that's like at a slight angle, and you've got handles and you've got foot pedals, and your arms and legs work in opposition. So it's a contralateral movement, which I'll geek out for just a second here. The anatomy person in me. I love that because the contralateral movement, like it wakes up both hemispheres of the brain. I did this a lot as a kid too. Like before I took a test, I'd like cross one leg over the other, like cross my arms. Just little things to wake up both sides of the brain. I was like, please let me pass this test. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes, you know. But with climb, it's low impact, but high intensity and great like cardio workout. I mean, we've got celebrities, athletes doing it, like LeBron James does it. Lady Gaga. It's up and coming and trending. I think it's the future of cardio.
Wow.
I mean, selfishly, I want it to be too. So, but it's fun because you have the choreography to it as well. So I always think of it's like going out to the nightclub, but then you don't have the hangover. We work up a sweat, you get movement in, and like you torch calories in this.
Oh, it's shit.
Awesome.
Nice.
It's tough.
I'm sure it
like
is.
You discover this like mental grit. I don't know. It just makes you like the deadliest athlete, I think, right now.
Really?
Yes.
You hyping this
up
so
now. Biased.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing how this works.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to have you.
I appreciate this.
I'm trying to round up some guys for this class.
Really? Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm not the biggest cardio person, but I do cardio.
It's all right.
It's very important.
We'll get you there. Don't you worry.
Oh Lord have mercy. All right, cool. I'm excited. This is cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So how often do you teach this?
So I'm gonna sub this Saturday coming up, so the 23rd at 9:30 at Grit, and then I will teach from the 29th on every Friday at 5 p.m. We're gonna start there. And I'll probably sub in and stuff, just because it's a lot. It's a lot of work because I have to form the playlist, and I have choreography I gotta have for each song.
Oh, so you
really
So you that hands on?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So are you nervous about doing that?
A little bit. Yeah. More so excited. I just hope I don't like black out and freestyle. That's always like what I just hope I won't do. If I don't do that, it's a win.
Yeah.
It's a win.
So do you get your ideas from like other videos you saw on YouTube, or you just make up stuff?
No. So through our training, we broke it down and we have like a format that we're working with.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it makes it easier, right?
So then now it's like dissecting songs and trying to plug in like beats per minute for each of the choreo and stuff.
Oh wow. Okay. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So it takes some time to plan out for sure.
Yeah.
And then just practicing, like hearing that beat and then counting down to the beat drop to then sprinkle in some choreo. It's cool.
See, I'm really intrigued. Like I'm trying to envision all this stuff that you're saying. I gotta see this.
I know it sounds like a lot.
It does. I gotta really see how this works. Like I don't. Okay.
Yeah. I know. I'll send you a few videos and stuff for sure. I'll run through it all before we start the class. Don't you worry.
I just come Saturday. I just be surprised. I just come Saturday.
That's not a bad place to come from either.
Yeah, I just like this is what we doing.
Dive into the unknown. Yeah.
Right. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm game.
Yeah.
I told you I'm a man of my word. I honor that. So I'm gonna do it. I'm coming.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
9:30, right? Saturday, 9:30.
9:30.
Okay.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Now I was gonna ask about this. Now I've done this before. Have you ever done the cold plunge?
Oh gosh, no. And you know what? Back when at Crunch, Tim was trying to get me to do like some of those
Oh, he
plunges and
did try.
stuff.
Oh.
And I never went to horse dude. I was like, I don't know. I've never tried it.
It
Have you?
sucks.
Did you go with him?
I didn't do it with him, but
Okay.
I went to this facility over there called Savannah Float.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they got
I still
a
haven't
cold
checked
plunge.
that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Okay.
They got a cold plunge in there, and I was gonna jump in there at first, but I stuck my foot. I said, "Oh hell no!" So I'm gonna take my time to get up in there. You know what I mean? But it was brutal for me. I did not like it at all. I did it
Yeah.
for an hour. Like I got in there, then I went to a sauna. I went back and forth.
Oh.
Yeah, because my inflammation, in my back was all jacked up, and it's really good for that. It is.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I know there's so many benefits, but man, when people
It
talk
sucks.
about that, it makes me want to scream.
Oh, it sucks. It's bad.
Yeah.
Now what Tim is doing, that's even worse because the water's colder than what I was in.
Oh, is it even colder?
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. Because the
gosh.
water I was in was cold, but I mean he's in water like I think like 20 some degrees or 15. I'm like, I said, dude, I said, you crazy, man. You know.
That just sounds
I
so
know.
painful.
It is. It is. I mean, I think the water I
All
was
power
in,
to them. Like,
exactly.
way to be. That's awesome.
It is.
I don't think I'll ever get there.
I know, you have to really like program your mind.
I know.
For real, you have to,
Oh,
or just
I
do
know.
it. And it's a Colorado thing. Like a lot of people do it around here,
Uh-huh.
and I just
I know it's beautiful. It's really cool. There's like a whole community because there's him and a few others that I see that like go do it together and stuff. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
yeah, cool. But
Well, I say cool, but I'm like, I'm not coming.
I watch from afar. Okay.
yeah.
But no, it's a lot of health. I mean, health benefits for sure.
Yes, that's what I keep hearing.
It is, but like I say, just I mean, the pain I was in dire need at that point. I'm
sure you're willing
anything.
to try anything.
Oh, I was doing anything. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I did laser therapy. I done dry needling. I done what's the name, the decon bed where they stretch your spine. I done everything you can think of.
Wow.
CBD, everything. I done everything. And CBD didn't really help at all. But
shoot, that was the first question I was going to ask you. Okay.
No, they didn't help at all. No, man, the pain was so. Oh God, it was so
That's
bad.
true.
And
didn't even touch that.
No,
yeah.
it was horrible. I mean, I bought a few from this woman I know named Shasta. She's from Memphis. She lives here, and I bought some from her. It helped for a little bit, but then the pain was just so significant. It was just crazy, you know. And so that's why I started doing like all these different trials I was doing. You know, what I mean, just trying to figure out which treatment works and. Geez, but yeah, I had to ask because I know a lot of people around here do that, so I want to know if you've done that.
Yeah,
as well.
I've been invited to, and I have declined.
Yeah, geez.
I didn't even give it a shot. I know.
Would you not even this time of the year, huh? During the winter time, huh?
Man, each time winter rolls around, I'm like, I feel like I become weaker to winter each year.
I think so.
And
too.
I grew up in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah,
like it was way colder back home, but I think I've just acclimated being out here, 7.5 years. And
oh yeah,
I just love the sun.
Yeah, do you ever get like seasonal depression?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's like cloudy. And
I'm like,
well,
that was the start of this week. I was like, why am I so cranky? Not so much to people, but definitely like internal world.
Yeah.
And people are like, we haven't seen the sun in 4 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're so spoiled here.
We are. We really are. Seriously.
Well, yeah, we most definitely are. Because like back home, you wouldn't see the sun from like winter to spring.
So let me ask you this. Could you ever see yourself moving back to Ohio?
I don't think so.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Georgia. I can't see myself moving back either.
I've had this conversation a few times with people and patients. From a young age, like middle school, even high school. In high school, when people are like, I'm going to move away. And like everyone says that. And I'm like, no, I actually am going to move away. And it's just crazy because like sophomore year of high school, I was like, I'm going to move to Colorado. And it's just interesting. I was like, wow, I guess I put that out into the universe, put the action behind it, and made it happen. But like where I grew up, don't get me wrong, excellent place. People are good. But out here, like I resonate more with people. Like I enjoy my job. I enjoy just how much people love health and fitness out here. I could geek out on that alone. Like I think that's so cool. And oh my gosh, like the people that I've met, it's just been really wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my patients too. Like conversations I have with patients are just excellent.
And to me, from what I noticed, people out here live a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because I meet old people like this one lady. She's one of my clients. Well, one of my passengers I pick up. She's 101.
Wow.
Yeah, she's coherent. We talked about the Great Depression. We talked about World War II and shit. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. And as I said, what do you do? Like, what did you do to survive this long? She said, well, don't watch the news. Eat healthy. She said, also, don't stop moving.
Yep.
And I said, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't watch the news. If I see it on social media, I might see certain things that people tell me some things, but I don't watch that just because it's so divisive. Just so much going on. You don't know what to believe a lot of times. I try to eat healthy as much as I can, even though everything's so expensive. But I do what I can,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like you. I keep moving. I go to the gym. I try to do my cardio. I do my weight lift. I do my boxing. I just try to stay in shape because it's good for my mental health as well. Mental health
Absolutely.
is so essential.
Yes,
Very
for
important.
sure. For sure.
Wow. So what is something about fitness that you love? But besides looking good, what do you like about fitness?
Besides looking,
Yeah.
I know that is a huge perk for sure. um, I think I just love how much it's done for me mentally. Like you talk about mental health, like, so many times mental clarity gets the endorphins going, and just puts me just in the right headspace, frame of mind. Um, I don't know. It just feels good in the soul.
Okay. So speaking of fitness, while we're on this topic, would you ever consider like opening your own facility one day, like gym facility?
Ooh. There's so much that I don't know. I always dream and think yes, but I know there's a lot of work behind the
Oh yeah,
scenes.
absolutely it is.
I mean, that's a 24/7 job for sure. But it's neat to see like through, Joe at Beautifully Savage and Natalie at Grit, just like two extraordinary humans that just pour everything into it and into their communities. Like great role models and mentors and I just try to remind them and that like I see what you're doing. I don't even know what all you're doing behind the scenes, but like I see you. um maybe though, maybe one day that'd be super
That
cool.
would be dope.
Yeah.
I get a membership. Why not?
Would you?
I
Okay,
I
I got
would.
one.
Yeah, I support. Yeah, absolutely. I support big time. I would. Yeah,
Awesome.
facts.
I just feel like here I just wonder if it's flooded, like saturated now. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But each gym bring their own type of atmosphere, their own
Yeah, I think
magic.
that's what's so beautiful and cool to see. And I always love taking classes at different places just to be a part of, their communities that they've built
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
their like found families within it, which is
Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
and I'm sure like everybody. Well, not everybody, but somebody at each gym in this town because I know people in almost every gym here.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like whatever your niche is, oh my gosh, everybody knows everybody.
Oh yeah, they do.
You know,
Yes, they do. Oh my god, yeah.
people go talk.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Facts. I mean, especially if you're doing like a real good job. You know what I mean? Like if people see you working hard, they see your physique, people do talk for
Mhm.
sure.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, especially when I'm boxing, like people always mention like, oh man, you hit hard and blah blah. That's what they talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they mention that all the time. I said, look, I just try to be in shape. That's it. I'm not even trying to compete. I haven't competed in many years.
Uh-huh.
I just want to be in shape. That's it. I'm trying to age gracefully as much as I can.
Absolutely. You are.
I appreciate that. You are too.
You most definitely are.
You are as well.
Okay.
So you killing it. You killing that shit for real. Like
Oh,
seriously,
I
I'm really
appreciate
proud
that.
of you. Seriously,
Oh, same to
I think
you.
fitness is like one of the best things we can do for ourselves.
It's the greatest form of wealth,
It is.
you know.
It really is.
Because you think about it, I mean, there's different things. I mean, sure, you can pay for a trainer, but who has to do the work? It's you,
Yeah.
you know? And I know that like some people do the quick, fixes with like diet pills or whatnot, but it's just like without doing the research, like what is that doing to your body long term? Like you got to put the work in, and we're lacking that.
Hmm.
Just as a society, like you have to put in the work. Yeah, it's hard. You're gonna have those test days. You have to dig really deep in that
Got
mental
to.
grit and just power through. But it's worth it. It's so worth it, for you, for your family, your kids. I mean, I even look at too, because I think, functional fitness is so huge. Look at the line of work that we do to help our patients, right? Like you're moving people in and out of a van, in and out of a vehicle. I'm moving a bed. I'm also helping transfer patients and stuff like
Mm.
that, and try to help where I can within that too. Yeah, so it goes like beyond. It just helps in so many different ways. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
No, I think it's a key essential, seriously. But
absolutely.
besides like being a former athlete, like it's something that it's a routine of mine.
Yeah,
Because if I don't do it for a while, I feel off. Like something, it doesn't feel right. Like my whole day is
right.
just thrown off big time.
Yes, I feel the same way. Like I can tell when I fall off of it for a bit, like all of a sudden there's a mental shift for sure for me. I'm like, wait, why don't I feel great? And it's like, oh, I need movement. Like I'm craving movement. The body's craving movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you doing your thing.
I'm
Seriously,
trying. Yeah.
I really want to see you flourish.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I
I
think you
appreciate
got
you.
what it takes. I think this thing that you're doing right now is going to be a huge thing one day. If you keep sticking at it and just keep being personable the way you are, I think it's gonna really succeed. Seriously,
I hope so.
I no,
I'm
I
speaking
believe
into the
so.
universe. I'm putting it out
I
there.
believe it.
I feel like I've got incredible support from people here, and you're one
Absolutely.
of those people. So truly, thank
Well, like
you.
I'm coming. I'm definitely coming.
Yes.
I'm not a big cardio
It's
person,
all
but
right. It's all right.
jeez, but I'm gonna make it happen. You got to keep that blood flow, right? You got to do that.
Yes, it's good.
The heart rate.
Yep.
That's
We got to
very
get our
important.
heart rate up every day. And I think too, when I talk to patients and people who are new to working out, you just got to find like movement that you love and enjoy. I think so many times we underrate walking, but it's low impact. We get outside like we talked about earlier. You get the body moving. Like you don't have to. I was about to say go to the gym, but now that I go to the gym, I'm like, there's so many benefits of going to the gym and building strength for our bone health, muscle. Because as we age, muscle breaks down,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
everything. I
And your
guess everything
mass,
breaks down.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, one thing I keep saying is like, we're trying to play the long game here. So how can we, keep chasing excellence and just getting better?
yeah, for sure. Or just preserving what we have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I was you already know this. I'm not gonna say the name, but I was into training, like personal training stuff.
Uh huh.
And it was just like certain, not every gym like this, but some places like they don't really value the client. It's more about how much money you can make, you can generate,
Yeah.
and that's what kind of like detoured me away from stuff like that. Like as far
Mm-hmm.
as like being a personal trainer, even though I wanted to get into that, but it's like it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, big time. It's just the stress that goes on behind the scenes, and Jesus, fuck yeah.
You would be an extraordinary personal trainer.
You think so? I
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
Absolutely. Keep that bar high. Like
Everybody keeps
anywhere would
saying
be
that.
so fortunate to have you. Like you're an asset on any team that you're on. And I think too, just talking to some friends who are personal trainers, you help them out physically, you talk about diet, nutrition stuff as well. But sometimes it turns into they're just looking for an outlet. Like they are looking for someone to talk to, and you're full of so much wisdom that I think you can really transform and elevate a lot of lives stepping into that role. So,
I try. I mean, I think the fact that my parents died from health related issues, I was being active always, but that really impacted me big time.
oh, absolutely.
So therefore, it's like, okay, I need to do something. I'm not a spring chicken at all. Like I'm getting older as well, so I gotta stay on top of it as well. So, but yeah, it's like certain gyms is like they don't really value the way they should. They don't even really teach about nutrition. It's like you just got to go out there and just do it. Like how yeah, jeez. I don't know where I was going with that. I just felt like talking about it for a second.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
just because of what I went through
Uh-huh.
recently. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was pretty disheartening if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. But I applaud you for recognizing that wasn't meant for you and stepping out from that space. That's
Right.
really huge. And I hope you know that if this is something that you want to do, I hope it is something you want to do because I think
Yeah.
you would crush it and
Oh,
be
absolutely.
absolutely phenomenal. Um, you have so many options. You have so many options, like balls in your court. Like know that, um, and go somewhere where people value and see you.
Right.
And if
But
they don't, I'll fight them.
okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, that's the plan. Like I do want to get like deeper into that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I just have this will to want to like help people. I
Mm-hmm.
just do for some reason.
You're naturally a helper.
I guess it's because my mother was like that. You know what I mean? She didn't do that, but she was, helping out homeless people. She'll feed them and everything. And she helped, at-risk kids. And she worked for a rehab center, help people, get clean. If they want to get clean, she helped them out with that. And so witnessing that, growing up, seeing that, it makes me kind of like, want to help somebody out, maybe not in the way that she did, but just as far as like taking care of their health, like getting better, like owning their life back. You know what I mean? So I want to do things like that, and even like I said with this podcast thing I said before, like helping people, just show the humility in people, and also, it's like a therapy session if you think about it.
Oh my gosh, most definitely. That's how I feel with, our conversations and even here,
right.
Once again, here right now and everything. And I always just appreciate you just show up in such a raw, real, and honest way. And when you do that, you give others, myself included, permission to just simply be, to stop being so hard on ourselves and just, I think just like also applaud ourselves, like, way to go, like, way to keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep trying to be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I said, anytime you
we
feel
should celebrate
bad,
that more.
we should. Anytime you feel bad, you should not, because like I said, you really doing incredible stuff. Like you made a significant improvement in the past few months. Seriously, like you are doing your thing. Like you're doing these 2 different gigs, like in the fitness world. You know what I mean? Like that's incredible. And the results are showing like you killing it. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
And your energy, your spirit, like it's real gregarious. It is. You know what I mean? So you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Just keep at it.
I feel a lot better. I feel like I'm coming back to self. When my mom, they left on Sunday, but that morning she's like, "You're coming back to you again," and I just lost it. Huh? I cried. Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, "Your energy, your light, it's back," and I was like,
"So let me ask you this: so your mother noticed that. So were was your energy different towards her before, or during that time while she was here?"
It's just one of those, again, I love her so much. She means so well. She can be kind of controlling and overbearing. It's just hard when she like comes out to visit. You're just trying to like, I'm very much, I think we all are, creature of habit and routine. So there's times too I have to still honor, like, no, I still want to get like my own personal workout in, things like that. Like when company comes, I can sometimes like put myself on the back burner. Even in relationships, actually, sometimes I can put myself on the back burner. And so really just trying to honor like what my needs are and everything. But no, I think she's just seen my improvement from like a year and a half ago when I got out of that pretty like toxic relationship that I was in and everything. So, sometimes it's hard for ourselves personally to see the growth and transformation. So it's kind of neat when other people are just like, "Hey, like, I see you, like, I'm proud of you. Things have shifted. You seem lighter. You seem happier. You seem better." You're like, okay, like other people are feeling this too.
Yeah. Right.
So thank you. That means a lot coming from you as well.
Oh yeah, I know. I see it. You very radiant, so I see it big time. I could definitely see the change. Yeah, so keep at it. Yeah,
that's the plan.
I said, whatever you're doing behind the scenes, you keep doing it. Keep making it happen for real. You go on overdrive if you have to. Right. Seriously, because I'm trying my hardest myself.
Yeah.
Like this week was like really weird for me though. Like it was just like I said, I was trying to be positive as much as I could, but it was like just so much. Fuck! It had me definitely in the Twilight Zone. That makes sense.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, we all have our funks and like get in weird headspaces. I do too. Yeah, I get that. And again, like sometimes it's easy for me to shake, and sometimes I'm just like, it's not gonna shake today.
No.
We're just gonna sit in this.
Right.
Sit in my shit, if you will.
Absolutely.
Just like process it, go through it, and then try better tomorrow.
Yeah,
or
and
maybe a week later. Like
absolutely.
But again, like we talked about, having that self-awareness to not sit in it for too long. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can be a little tricky sometimes.
Well, it's so hard to get stuck, right? I mean not hard, but it's so easy to get stuck.
Yes.
If you allow yourself
it's hard to pull yourself out.
Oh, it's hard. God. Yeah. It's like, well, I ain't gonna say quicksand because
I quicksand,
feel gorilla glue or something. Yeah, it's like that. You just get stuck in it. So because it just, I don't know what it is, but it's easy. Yeah, super easy. But yeah, no, I mean, you're doing the right thing. I'm doing doing my best every day, and some people I talk to as well that's trying to stay positive. That keeps me going as well. Even the people in my job, they keep me going too. Like I said earlier, they really keep me going because I see what they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis with their health declining every single day, and some of these people don't even have family or anybody supporting them. You know what I mean? So when I talk to them, they just so ecstatic. Like, oh, you picking us up today? I was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. So we talk. We had these conversations. Someone, it was a couple. They was like, man, we consider you family. I said, for real? I said, I appreciate that. They be giving me gift cards. They give me shades. They give me all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They do. them people love me. They give me hugs and everything. They love me for real. They do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do.
I'm sure you've got such a good soul. Like
I appreciate
truly.
that.
Oh, Patrick, like every person who has the honor to meet you is just so blessed. Like you're such a gift here.
I appreciate that for real. Sometimes I don't feel like it though, but I appreciate that.
You are. You really
Well,
are.
well, thank you. I think the same way about you
Yeah.
too. Cause like I said, I knew Kelly, and then I noticed that y'all was really cool, well, friends and whatnot, and that's how you and I end up being like acquaintances through
Yeah.
Kelly, and then of course social media,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was just because um that's one thing I do like with social media. Like if someone starts to follow you, see like the mutual friends.
Absolutely.
And I saw like your boxing videos and stuff. I was like,
Yeah, I remember that.
badass. And then I don't know. Then I was just like, we talked a bit. And I was like, you want to come to one of my classes? And I was freaking out. I was like, oh gosh. Oh gosh. But I was like, hit me with like the feedback. Let me know. But it was awesome. We had a great time. And like, you and I have done some mitt work together,
Yeah.
and we'll get back to doing that.
Then I met some of the people that was there with some of the other
yeah, the
clients,
members,
yeah,
uh-huh.
and it was pretty cool because one of them had a son, like a 14-year-old son, I think. What was her name again?
That's Jamie.
Jamie.
So Jamie comes with her son Isaac.
Hey
They
Jamie,
are incredible.
Hi Isaac, how you two doing?
Yeah, they are phenomenal. So something pretty special about both of them. So Beautifully Savage did have a studio up in Wellington for a little bit, so that's where I started. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Huh.
It was short term, and I was up there. That's where I started coaching, and Jamie and her son Isaac first started. Like they were kind of my day one people, right? And so it's just been beautiful to watch them just flourish in their growth of boxing and strength and conditioning and everything.
That's
so it's
amazing.
just like it's just cool to see the connections that you make through it all.
Absolutely.
And to watch people, especially the boxing is cool, just seeing them they're fighting for so much more, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
deep. For themselves, for their family, for life.
Confidence.
Yeah. Like just to shape and change their life in whatever way it may be. And it's just cool to now be a coach and just like to witness that and then just like, crank it up, just hype them up and like remind them, keep going.
So let me ask you this: as far as like with the boxing, does it make you have a different respect level for boxing?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like if I'm not there, like, actually practicing, like minimum once a week. I don't know. It feels like you're like back to square one real quick if you don't keep up with that cardio.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a killer.
Yeah, full body but man, it shreds you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does. I mean, think about like training for a fight. Like it's super intense.
Yeah,
very intense. But I tell people, say if you try boxing, or MMA, or whatever, like for one time, your whole perspective will change. You'll see people on TV. You're like, oh, I could do that. My trust, it's not that easy. Trust me, it's not easy.
Yeah,
trying to breathe while you stepping and it's a lot that goes
to it. And I've never like fought or anything like that. I mean, our workouts, we're doing boxing for fitness, so we're boxing on, the heavy bag. But still, I mean, those it's 2 hard. Minutes on, I'm like, wow,
yeah,
gotta pace yourself.
You have to because that's a long 3 minutes.
Yeah,
very long. It's not
or 2 minutes. Sorry,
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Even then, that's
it's still a long time. Yeah,
especially if you're just going like balls to the wall, just fast and strong.
I feel like that was me at the beginning. I'm like, when you have those days, like it just feels good to just let it rip.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, absolutely it does. That's so. Do you even watch like boxing matches or MMA matches sometimes since you've been doing this?
I actually haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's an art. It's definitely art. It's a science for sure. I mean, just to generate power at a short distance. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I mean, my father was he was into karate. That's what he did. He competed in karate, and I used to watch a lot of fights when I was coming up, and I used to love it, and I got into it. Well, this guy named Jackie Lee Eberhardt, he fought on ESPN and stuff like that. He had like a dojo and stuff, and I remember he had ran into me one day and he wanted me to come, but at that time I was like a little nervous about doing it. But a few years after that, I was young. I was a juvenile, but I came and I loved it. I loved it. It made me feel so much better. And when I started getting older and in school and everything, I started to feel more confidence and just like I said, just being in shape and just seeing what the body can do.
Yes. Oh,
how we can train our bodies.
absolutely.
It's very amazing.
Absolutely.
So you do yoga too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you do you teach yoga? Or you just go to yoga and do it?
So I haven't been in a studio in a while. We just incorporated Beautifully Savage. We were calling it Hustle and Flow. So on Saturdays at 7:30, we're doing part boxing followed by part yoga.
Really?
And I really love this combo because it's like we can let it out, let it rip with boxing, move, move, move. And then we can ring it out and just bring it down a few notches with some yoga.
Wow. Are you teaching that?
I'm teaching that.
Really?
Yes, I know. So actually, back in 2018, I got my yoga certification, put that on the back burner. That was definitely a big time in life where I just had so much fear and anxiety to teach in fitness. And my partner at the time, God bless him, he was so sweet and just so supportive. He's like, you got to do it. You got to do it. And like, I don't know, just had like this crippling anxiety with it. I was like, I can't. So yeah, it was just a pause, and now we're ripping the Band-Aid off.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
That is incredible. I did not know that. That's wow.
I thought I told you about that. Shoot, yeah, it's pretty new. It's pretty fresh.
Okay,
it's very fresh.
Okay, I want to try that when I do. I want to come. Yeah. I want to come through and try that because I think it'd be great. Just to have that calm, just to calm down after hitting the bag for a while.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That Hustle and Flow, huh?
Hustle and
like
Flow.
the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I have not seen that movie. Someone asked me that the other day. It's on my list to watch.
You got to see it.
I know.
It's been out for a long since 2005. Yeah.
Okay.
Been around for a minute, but I think you'll like it. Maybe not. I don't know.
I was told I would like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's based out of Memphis.
Yeah.
It's like a hood type movie, type thing, music as well. Yeah. So yeah, but no, that's cool. I definitely got to try that. It's on my list to try.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Sweet. That's pretty awesome. Well, Kendra, do you have like a social media that you want people to follow you through, or a website you want people to follow you?
Yeah, so I don't have a website. My Instagram handle is Kendra Manning 8.
Kendra Manning 8. All right. Instagram or Facebook?
That is Instagram.
Okay, Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
We could just keep it Instagram because that's professional, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think that's probably easiest.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
It's public.
All right, cool.
You can just take a look at it if you want.
Okay, and then Beautifully Savage Boxing.
Yeah, Beautifully Savage Boxing, and then Grit Foco.
Gritfoco.com, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I appreciate you for coming through and doing this with me. This is incredible. We got to do a part 2 real soon as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. This was really great. Like, I don't know. I have such a respect for you. I do.
Oh, same to you. Like, you're just such a dear friend that I really treasure. So
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I appreciate that a lot.
Much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I appreciate you for coming through and just sharing your expertise and just sharing your story, sharing your background.
Yeah, just do what I can.
And just, we on this fitness journey together. We all trying to, empower each other, inspire each other.
Absolutely. And there's so many different forms of fitness, which is so cool. Yeah. And I just love, new things keep coming up. And I always just like to, switch it up, try something new. So we'll see what's to come.
Hey, you heard that? All right. Yeah. So any, I guess, shout outs or special thanks to people you want to thank, or I don't know, anything to say?
Oh, goodness. Well, again, just thank you. I'm so honored and humbled that you wanted to interview me. It's always been a big dream and goal to be on a podcast. So I'm check. It happened. Sweet. We did it.
Yes, we did. Yes.
So thank you so much. I mean, I'm just so grateful for the communities that I serve at. So Beautifully Savage, grateful for Joe Buckner, and grateful for Natalie over at Grit. Thank you both for trusting in me, letting a girl put on a mic and lead some classes.
That was beautiful. Phenomenal. That's awesome. Well, sweet. Well, Kendra, this is a great episode. I'm looking forward to doing a part 2, and yeah, let's just keep growing. Let's keep building each other up. Let's keep making it happen.
Absolutely. Always in your corner.
I appreciate
you. We got this.
We got this. We got this. That's right. All right. Well, stay tuned in to the next episode. All right. Peace, love, and hair grease. All right.